Hi Pisces moon sign people. This is a reading that is for April the 5th. It is the Pisces Aries new moon reading. I'm going to really focus on the Vedic Pisces sign right now because I'm making a transition to, well, I should say making a transition outside of this transitional Western Vedic into strictly Vedic readings. And so we're just going to kind of talk about most of you having that Pisces Vedic moon sign. And we're going to start talking about your yogas and how they relate to how you are healing your mama drama trauma, your MDT, how you are working with this condition that we focus on here. The main focus has to do with grieving. We know, the 5 steps of grieving, Kubler-Ross, having to do with, denial, anger, bargaining, what comes before depression, and then acceptance, right? And, the deck is based on those steps as well. As it relates to releasing an addiction. And the addiction that we have with mama drama trauma is an addiction to the cycle of this condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. This is a family pathology. It's an addiction to the blame, shame, and guilt. It is a way of relating to oneself and therefore relating to the world. It is a way of conditioning the child to the world. Life is about release. Life is about grieving. Life is about letting go. And the mother is valued in relationship to how she can teach her child how to release, how to let go, first and foremost from her from her sustenance. How do we do that as mothers? Do we do that in a way that shames the child? Do we do that in a way that empowers the child? Do we do that in a way that ultimately the child is able to release this life with dignity? And although all of that is not the responsibility of the mother, the conditioning is. And so although our wounds may not be our fault, quote unquote, healing it is our responsibility. That is an example of what I'm saying, transitioning out of this Western into the Vedic. That's a Western concept. The Vedic understanding is that we choose our experiences, or if we don't choose our experiences, literally, we know that we are souls that are empowered to create the life that we want. We know that we have karma. We have performed certain actions in this lifetime and past lifetimes that have created the life that we have. And therefore, we can create the karma, the actions to create the life that we want moving forward. And so I'm saying all that to say that this nakshatra that this new moon is in, Uttara Bhadrapada, is really about getting clear on the basis of the foundation of your sense of soul self. And it is your nakshatra, Pisces, because it does occur in the center, the heart of Pisces. And it has to do with being able to use your time to yourself, seclusion, in profitable ways, in ways that are healthy, so that you have healthy relationships, so that you have happy relationships. And your 12th house is very active right now with Neptune, Mercury, and Venus conjunct. Usually when we talk about the 12th house, we talk about isolation and alienation. And of course, that's what we're talking about with mama drama trauma. There is definitely a feeling of that abandonment. But here with this, with Uttara Bhadrapada, we're really talking about a devotional quality to that highest self that you know that you are, and taking the time and the space that you know that you need to honor it, that you know that you need to fully share it with the world. And so I would encourage you this new moon to really look at that and really value that aspect of yourself, because it is first and foremost a nakshatra that many of you are going to have, you know, your moon chakra, as your moon sign is Pisces. And I really want you to realize that there's a reawakening that's occurring for you. This new moon is in your first house. And so this is your first lunar house period of the year. And you've already had a month of really powerful downloads that I've been sharing with everyone, but particularly with you. You've already been very receptive to a lot of things coming in, and with the Mercury retrograde that we're just coming out of, you've been downloading quite a bit, and now you're experiencing, you know, really how you feel going into this new moon. And so let's see what Great Mother is saying to you. I said all that to say that right now what I'm seeing is that nature needs to take its course. Your soul is wanting to do inner work around these downloads that you've received in honor of time, okay? In honor of the time that you need to really, again, honor how you feel. And that's going to take its own time. We have Adi Shakti here in the center. It's a second chakra, waning gibbous moon card. The second chakra is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter rules Pisces. And so the work that your soul is wanting to do is primordial mother work that is getting back into that soul space. And your soul is really wanting to do its work around this. And I say it's mother work because the North Node for you for the next year is really all about being more clear communicatively about what it means to be taken care of, what it means to be nurtured, what it means to you to feel understood and cared for in a maternal sense. This is what has been downloaded to you. There have been some changes around this, and for many of you, the changes have been related to a real feeling of a more humanitarian sense of either the way you want to feel loved, you want to feel more grounded in the world, or that you're wanting to share love from your own, again, your deep soul self. There's something within you that you're wanting to mother the world, you're wanting to share with the world. And you've already done a lot in an effort, in an endeavor to express this. But Adi Shakti is saying now it's time for you to let time just naturally progress on your intention that you have. It's time to kind of sit back and see what unfolds for you, because what you were intuiting is that there's some feelings that you have around this endeavor that do either trigger issues around MDT or make you want to do your own work to help others heal their mama drama trauma. Maybe in your family, maybe your children, maybe your mother. Maybe you are wanting to get away from it. But whatever it is, it's coming up for you to realize that it's now time to address it. It's true, it's time to address it, but what's more important is that you accept how you feel about what you're needing to address. It's more important that that happens. It's more important that you are able to recognize that the openness that you have to share that inner soul self, to share those giftings, to share even that you want to be taken care of, you need to recognize it yourself. You need to be open about it yourself. You have Uranus right now in your second house. And so this is a King Kunks type of energy that is just kind of grinding on you right now. And you may actually, you know, be feeling that you have to do something so much right now that you can't help yourself, because Mars and Uranus are conjunct, and so you can't help but wanting to do something, or there may be some sudden feelings of, you know, sudden urges to do things. And that's okay. That's okay, because you're being supported in doing this. It's just that the rhythm of it is not something that you're going to be able to control, is the point. The timing of it is not something that you're going to be able to control, because the support that you have is to go through this rebirthing process. You are totally supported in this endeavor. It's just that there is a purification process that's occurring. There is a situation where we have a release that's happening with regard to how you thought the timing of this healing of your MDT would go, how you thought that you would be able to share your awareness with others would go, how you would be able to receive what you need from others. And what Great Mother's coming through and she's saying is that your soul definitely is picking up on your emotional rage around you feeling that it's now. But really what you're feeling is that it's time for you to be aware of those triggers. Those things that you're wanting to just kind of take care of and go away are actually triggers that are coming up. You know, well then if I'm so dearly loved by the Great Mother, Father, God, as I'm always saying, we're dearly loved children of the Great Mother, Father, God, who are never judged, condemned, or left alone. Well then why did my mother leave me? Or why is she constantly abandoning me? Or why isn't she nurturing me? Or why don't I have what I need? Why am I without? Why am I lacking? And those triggers are coming up for you to recognize that you are taking the time and the space that you need to register them. And that is truly where your personal power is. I mean, in your gut, you know what's what. You know what's going on. And that is a victory in and of itself. That awareness is the divinity identity, because the MDT identity that is perpetuated by the blame, shame, and guilt eventually gives way by working with these principles of knowing that you're a dearly loved child of the Great Mother, Father, God, who's dearly loved and never left alone, never judged, condemned. It gives way to that divinity identity as you work with it in every situation, every trigger, and everything. And how does it do that? By you just owning your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole. And that's what you're doing. And Great Mother is saying you need to recognize that, and you need to own that. You need to own that that is the process that you're in, and everything that you're feeling. Everything that you're feeling. We're coming up on a Virgo full moon here on the 19th, and that full moon, or is it going to be Libra this time? I think it's going to be a Libra full moon this time, and it's going to be totally Virgo, Libra, Virgo in the Vedic. And so I'm thinking Vedic on everything. And so this is very much in a transitional kind of a going from the Western / Vedic astrology. I know that you are, you know, Aries in the Western, but you know, I'm just really talking to your Pisces Vedic right now. And it really needs to realize that the guidance that you're intuiting from your soul and the guardianship, the protection that you have to continue on your path of divinity is very present. It might not feel that way, but it is very, very present. It doesn't feel that way because purification can be very excruciating. It can be very uncomfortable, can be very alienating. And so you have, Mercury, Venus, and Neptune, in this 12th house, and it's where you're getting all of these very beautiful downloads. And so anything that feels uncomfortable, you're just wanting to, cut the cord on, but don't worry about it. You're free. You're already free. It's just the physical manifestation of that internal freedom. Your frustration is that you don't feel that you're living it in your external world. You're feeling this freedom in your internal world, and you want them to match. Great Mother saying that is your outcome. They are going to match. You are free. You are free. It's just this reading is Great Mother coming through and saying, let life, the cosmos, your cosmic calculus take its course. It's just like, you have the batter and the cake mix, and you got the cake, you got the ingredients. It's gonna be, it's gonna be good. But it's a process of just putting it together and putting it in the oven, and then it has to cook, and then it'll be done in 45 minutes. But you can't eat it now. I know you want to eat the cake batter and everything like that, but you really rather have the cake, right? So, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. So that's her message for you for this new moon, that it is coming, and you are dearly loved, dearly blessed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. I'm going to be sharing some more Vedic wisdom. Look for between now and the full moon on the 19th for there to be more action. Okay, it's just that during this new moon period, it's just kind of let things take their natural course. But as Jupiter goes retrograde around the 10th and Mercury becomes fully direct, you're going to get that oomph that you're feeling that you need now. The cake will be done by the end of the month, but let's stay tuned and let's stay patient with the process. You're doing amazing work. Thanks for watching, sharing, and liking, but above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too. I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali, Mammy, and Mother Mary.